All right, so that is basically a nice MD file for you. So we will look now to see what it came up with. You can, of course, read the file yourself. I mean, it's not too difficult to read. It just comes and gives you it tags and it says what the date is that it was created and things like that. What is the core identity? And it's got it right. All right. Uh, it's the outlaw, mentor, part, rebel, hacker. We are rebellion, uh, and it did pick up the archetype and things like that. Uh, but the thing to do is to download Obsidian. Simply click on download. It will download it to your computer. And then simply double click on it to install. Just say next, next, next. The default settings is straightforward, nothing to change there. And then once installed, if you open it, what you will find is a button that says Quick Start. Simply click on that and you'll see something similar to this. All right, yours probably looks slightly different. In the first place, I think yours will be like a split screen. Screen is split, and on this side, you'll see a graph view of all your files. Now you can link files together and you can start building up a tree of all of your files. I'm just going to close that for now, but this is how your screen probably looks like right now. Now on the side here you can create folders. Let's say my recipes, if I spell it correctly. All right, and you can go to your AI and start building up a lot of recipes, and why not? There you have your recipes. Ask it to be in MD format. So I've got the ESP. This is this file open. There's another one, and so forth. Now, if I go back to our MD file that was created, it's this one. If I copy it, right, and I then go back to Obsidian, and I simply paste it, whoops, there's Obsidian now, there we are. And if we paste it in there, this is the MD file, look how nice it actually looks. All right, so it took away all those hashes and so forth, and replace it with actual formatting like headers and so on. I can still go and grab all these things, and you can see that it will now show all the hashes, the little stars, 2 stars in front, 2 at the back, meaning bold and so forth. I can even go, if I so wish, and add another hash. Well, that will make it a smaller header, and so forth. Now, I don't need to know this. I can simply go and highlight this, right click and say format, and I can maybe make it, maybe highlight it, right? So highlight will be 2 equal signs, and that's how a highlight will look like. Now, in your programming, you can change things like highlight. You can say highlight should be a light blue, or it should be a green, or whatever the case may be. So you can take an MD file and change how it will look like in the end to fit your brand, or for everything to be nice and concise. An example of that will be if you go to our website, you can see that this all will always look the same. If I push in a MD file, all the headers will be exactly the same, the fonts will be the same, and you will have consistency of, let's say, all your blog posts throughout your website. In fact, this training material, each lesson that you see is an MD file that just displays, that renders the way that I told the AI to render it for me. So let's go to Cursor. I want to see how much. Oh, I have some time left. So if we go to Cursor, this works in Cursor too. For instance, I can click on this project MD file. All right, and then I can right click and say open preview, and it will show it in a very nice format. Cursor went the extra mile and it renders the code very nicely too. So you can see, for instance, this there is a comment and it put it in green and so forth. So what you can do, for instance, what I did, let me explain this first. As you type along in the prompt and your AI does things, eventually it runs out of memory. So this is all about what is called the context window and the size of the context window, meaning how much of the information that you already prompted, got output, got code and so forth, can your AI agent remember. Now, luckily, this increase every now and then, and hopefully one day we can just type away and it will remember everything. Now, the first things it will forget is the things way to the top, which are the most important, because that's where you started off saying, this is, a program, and I want the program to do this and this and that. And it will start forgetting it. So what I did in this, just to play a bit, I told it here, create me an MD file of our chat. We can reference this chat then in a new chat. So as your context window gets fuller and fuller, eventually you're going to start a new chat. And that's then when you take this file and upload it and say, hey, this is from a previous chat. We're going on now with a new chat. And this is how that chat has been created. So here's all the info of what we've done so far, and it will remember that for us, because we can now upload it, and we're ready to continue. So that's one instance of when you will use an MD file, is to keep track of things. But also, if you in Cursor, and I do it all the time. In fact, let me see if I can show. This is just a simple site. It's nothing spectacular. But as you build sites, what I normally have is a docs folder. And then as I program, I put things in the docs folder. For instance, let's say you want to work on the security of the site, and you tell it, all right, create these modules. And from now on, this is how we do it. Every link needs to be authenticated and so forth. Or let's say you're creating a pay fast implementation to accept credit cards. Now you'll see it's not that easy to do. It can take you a couple of hours, because the PayFast documentation is not of the easiest to implement. But now once you have that in a MD file, and you're going to create a new site and you want to implement PayFast, you can take this MD file and just say, look, we've implemented this before. Here's how we implement it. And from now on, it takes 2-3 minutes to implement PayFast, Yoco, Stripe, whatever you want. So these MD files become quite important. All your master prompts and so forth, your planning, all will end up being MD files. So that's why it's important. I think you understand it, and you should actually be a little bit excited around it, because you can start building up a whole arsenal of MD files. So each new project you start, you have MD files like PayFast integration, Xero integration at hand, and implement these things in literally minutes. So I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I hope you see the benefits of Markdown files. I'll see you in the next lesson. Have a great day.